You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. Real Talk Friday here on A2D Radio. Every show we are brought to you by Art Doc. Got to make them yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Jake Friel, Greg Mwagvik, Steve Rochelle, everybody out there joining us tonight. We got a ton to talk about. We find things to talk about, too. We'll hunt things down to talk about. Tonight's going to be a fun one, though. We're gonna make you some money. We're gonna have 2 games against the spread this Sunday that are gonna give you and the lady a little walking around money, which we enjoy to do here on A2D Radio. Sixers, best staff in the NBA, agree or disagree? We're gonna dive into that throughout the show. Eagles Cowboys predictions. It is Dallas week. Friday leading up to it. Feels good. We'll give you your score predictions. Has anything changed throughout the week for anybody here? All right, we're going to dissect it. We're going to break it down. Offensive, defensive players of the game. Our main topic at hand, though, being it is Dallas week. Most hated Cowboy. Who have you hated the most throughout your time watching the Eagles and obviously watching the Cowboys? And our poll question, brought to you by Ambuck Services, 20% off. Telling the boys from A2D sent you. That's ambuckservices.com. Michael Irvin is the most hated Cowboy of all time. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere. I mean, everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow. You know the deal. Help us help you. We're here for the people. For the people, family. Michael Irvin is the most hated Cowboy of all time. Agree or disagree? I disagree. I think there was a time where he was, right? And I think what he's done analyst-wise later on has made him more of a guy that you you have respect for. You think he knows the game. Like he's not going to sit here and crown the Cowboys when they're not good. You know, he's picked the Eagles before. He's picking them again this week, obviously. So he's not a homer. So I think the hatred for Michael Irvin has gone away. You could tell me a bunch of other people because there's plenty to be on this list. If we did a top 10er, it'd be enjoyable, and there'd be plenty of names on the list, right? My most hated Cowboy, and it's changed because during that period, I don't know if he was. I got to try to remember. But it's somebody might surprise everybody out there. And it's Emmitt Smith. And I'm going to tell you why it's this, why it's Emmitt. He's smug. He's smug. That's what Emmitt Smith is. Okay, that's what he's become too. Later on, when you talk to him about the Eagles, Cowboys, he's everything smug. When he talks about Philadelphia, I don't like that. I don't like it, and he doesn't have to like us. He became smug over time. I got his autograph. All right, but let me tell you something about Emmitt Smith, because it might be the most overrated Cowboy of all time too. And I'm going to throw it out there. People aren't going to like it either. I can fit tractor trailers through them holes. All right? Tractor trailers could have fit through the holes that Emmitt Smith ran through during his Cowboys career. Okay?
I don't think the running back in an era that had a better offensive line, or even since then. Mm-hmm. Think about that. Like, if you look at Hall of Fame running backs that we've had even over the last 20 years or so, they never had them that many Hall of Fame, Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen that Emmitt had.
No, of course not. Of course not. But, you know, and he might have the best offensive line of all time, especially when it came to run block. I mean, it's Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer up there. And it's not a total shot at Emmitt. You still got to find the hole and go. But, I mean, a little overrated to me. Little overrated. I think there's a bunch of backs in the league during that time. If you gave them holes, they might be just as good, if not better. Because, I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't a good second-level runner by any stretch. But he wasn't Barry. wasn't Barry. You put Barry in them holes, baby. You put Barry in them holes. You might rush for $2,200 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. So I mean, again, not taking much away from him. Besides, he's smug, and the more I think about it, I did hate him then. I did hate him. I actually respected their offensive line because they would roll us. They would roll us. All right, but Emmitt Smith is my most hated because all he did was tear us up, and it felt like it was Emmitt this, Emmitt this. The only guy who called it right back in the day was John Madden. John Madden would tell you how great that offensive line was as many times as he could tell you, right? But other announcers wouldn't tell you that. Other announcers would literally be blowing Emmitt. They'd be blowing Emmitt. Oh, Emmitt, look at him, look at him. And I got his autograph, and I met the guy. Like my uncle owned a club in Dallas, which was terrible, but I was able to go on the field down there. I was able to meet players. You know, it was a good time in terms of that. Shante Carver took my Eagles hat, turned it around backwards on me. I remember Shante. So I've always been an Eagles fan that, like, will respect it. I'll respect when they're good. I'll respect their players. But he's still smug. Still smug. Tractor trailer holes. Tractor trailer holes, Emmitt. That's what I call him. Tractor trailer holes. You couldn't find out. You got the easiest holes in the country. I'm rushing for 800. I'm rushing for 800 at 26 years old. I'm rushing for 800 a year in them holes. I'm getting 4 a pop in them holes. And yeah, Robert's right. Robert Gordon. Barry would have won multiple Super Bowls without Emmitt and Tony.
Yep.
They probably would have won 5 if they had Barry, because they probably would have won a couple before that.
Mm-hmm.
DJ says Barry would have 25K.
A year.
And listen, it's not like trying to take much away from him because he's a Hall of Fame running back, right? And he's Super Bowl champion, and I'll give credit there. But there's other running backs that probably would have better years, and they probably would have won more than Emmitt Smith. Uncle Tractor Trailer. That's what I'm calling. If you ever came on the show, he's like, Uncle Tractor Trailer, let's talk about them holes. Let's talk about them holes. You think you have that production? You think you got that great jacket you put on in Canton without them holes, honey? I mean, you should be buying your offensive linemen meals and everything to this day. I mean, you should just let them move in with you. You should thank them for everything. You know what I mean? You might
His wife.
Yeah, stop it, Craig. I was going there. Hey, Larry, you did a lot of great things, Larry. You opened up a lot of big tractor trailer holes. Go open up one there. Stop. Most hated Cowboy, family. That's the poll. That's the topic at hand. Michael Irvin is the most hated Cowboy of all time. Agree or disagree? I want to know everybody's opinion on that. And how do you feel about Emmitt Smith? Tell us how you feel. So, Jake, your most hated Cowboy. Do you agree or disagree with this poll? And if you agree, then we know who it is. But if you disagree, let us know.
Yeah, no, I disagree with the poll. I was going to say Emmitt Smith, but to change it up a little bit, I'm going to go with Tony Romo, just because obviously during his playing career, he was all overhyped. He was Jerry's pretty much second son. He couldn't do anything wrong. He was God's gift to the media. It didn't matter what he did, whether he had a good game, bad game. You always saw him in the media. Now, again, him as an analyst, he's fantastic. But him as a player, just one of the most overrated quarterbacks of all time. And people gave him so much praise for doing hardly anything. So,
yeah, and I feel you already said it too. Another guy that after football, the booth or in front of the camera has really changed his perception to not only Eagles fans, but just fans in general. Because you're right. I think he's one of the best in the booth already.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and listen, Tony's grown on me in the booth. I mean, Troy's a guy I never hated because Troy got in the booth quick too. Yeah. But Troy never, like Mama's saying, like he does thank the O-line and Moose, and he's talking about Emmitt running in his Corey days. He does. I just still think he's a crump. But that's fine. But he does. But Troy does a ton of that too. I mean, Troy Aikman does a ton of thanking. I mean, Troy Aikman can't thank enough. I respect the hell out of Troy Aikman. Yeah, I mean, like Troy Aikman's a Cowboy. I say I respect the hell out of him. Because I think he's a great color guy, and he's been, obviously being in the booth with Joe Buck, regardless of what you think about him, definitely helps you because he's good at what he does. But Troy's a really good color guy and has been for years. So Troy's grown on me. But Greg, most hated Cowboy. Is Michael Irvin most hated, or is it somebody else?
It was funny you bring up Troy as a color guy because it was, watching last night. He was getting ready to do his PJ Walker bio, and then Teddy Two Gloves comes back in. I disagree with the poll. I mean, obviously Irvin was the lightning rod of when he played, but I think the realness of who he was, again, comes out in front of TV or in front of the cameras, and is displayed during his pregame with NFL Network. My most hated kind of ties in line with you, Tommy, and I'm going to go the drug dealer of the offensive line, big old Nate Newton.
Big Nate?
Big old Nate Newton. I mean, not only...
Greg, I met Nate when I was younger. Whoa, is that a big boy? Whoa. I mean, a monster of a man too. But go ahead.
No, it was just, and it tied into you, right? I mean, that offensive line was so good and so dominant, and those teams they destroyed us physically a lot of the times, and he was the part that allowed Emmett to do what Emmett did, and plus he was a scumbag.
Hold on, let me tell you something.
Mom's coming in.
He's coming in, and I told you guys I didn't know if I disliked him or not, right? Didn't I start to show off saying that? Then I start to show off saying I don't know if I disliked him or not when I was younger. I just like him now, right? I dislike him now because I just feel like he was maybe a little overrated, and we just and it might be a reach, but my mom says you never disliked Emmitt Smith. I always disliked Michael Irvin, so you went along with me at that time. All right. I hated 88 at the time, but 88's grown on me, Mom. Emmett hasn't grown on me. Emmett's going the opposite tackle. Michael Irvin was a pimp. He didn't. The holes didn't matter for him balls and being a Hall of Famer, right, boys? The holes didn't matter. We hate him at the time because he was flashy. Emmett wasn't flashy, right? That's the difference. So now when I look back on it, I say I don't hate Emmitt Smith the player. I hate to love Emmitt Smith, guys, because he wasn't flashy. There's flashier running backs because they were better, right? You know what I mean? He was a one-cut go guy. I mean, you put running backs in today's age behind that offensive line. I can name 5 guys going for 2,500. I mean, Derrick Henry might go for 5,000 because once he gets on the second level, it's over. So there's other running backs that I think could have been better, but my mom corrected me, or made it clear that I didn't hate Emmett. And I said I got Emmett's order. I've met Emmett. I've met Shante. I met Larry Allen. I met a lot of these guys. Or Nate Newton, I mean. And no, I didn't, I was too young, so there was no transactions. But go ahead, Greg. Go ahead with Nate. That was breaking news.
No, I was done. It was just, he was part of those great offensive lines, and he was easy to hate because he kept Troy upright and he opened holes for Emmett.
Mike Parker says Nate Newton was like 10 the flyer to the White House. You know what I mean? They had the White House.
400 pounds is what he got caught with.
Of what?
Weed.
Yeah, now today it's like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Back then it's like, but still, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, that's weight. That's weight. You know what I mean? That's like literally distribution. And a big you want to take a couple hits, do what you got to do back then. You know what I mean? But I mean, 400 pounds, my Lord. I mean, you're supplying the whole roster,
the whole league.
And Larry Allen might be one of the best offensive linemen of all time.
He's my favorite.
Like, he might be one of the best offensive linemen of all time. I mean, this isn't Cowboy love time. But Steve, you agree or disagree with the poll? Michael Irvin, the most hated Cowboy of all time.
I have to disagree. I'm with a lot of you guys where, he used to break our back. He was flashy. He was the guy that was kind of rubbing your nose in it. But how do you guys not have Greg Hardy on your list at this point in time? Please explain yourselves to me, gentlemen. I need to know.
He's irrelevant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not because of the irrelevancy, just because we already hate the Cowboys just because they're Cowboys, but that's just on another level where that's someone you have to hate. Period.
Yeah, but he was only there for a year or 3 games or whatever. You know what I mean?
He kept getting suspended. Yeah.
Greg Hardy.
Yeah. I mean, I just hate Greg Hardy the person, so that's fine. I mean,
That's what I'm sitting there saying. Like, yeah, you were a Cowboy regardless how short, long, whatever. But the other fact that you're a d-bag of a human being as well is why he's my he gets my shine. I mean, we can also go with some other guys from that, Bill Bates. We can go Roy Williams.
Which one?
I mean, we got some guys that we're all going to name, and that's what I was trying to go a little bit off base. But you guys, we all went a little bit different here. We all have different Cowboys here. So
no, you're right. I mean, Hardy is an absolute scumbag. You're completely right there. But when I think of like most hated, he's not a blip on my radar.
He's one of the most hated guys in the NFL. He's number.
Oh, he's there.
A big time piece of shit.
Okay, so exactly. If he's most hated in the NFL, regardless, he has to be born on there on the Cowboys list.
Oh, you can put him on there. I mean, people might even say, I know Ryan was going to say the owner. Ryan was going to, and I don't agree with that because, if it wasn't for Jerry Jones, they're not America's team. Yep. Like, even though they've lost forever, you know what I mean? Because of them Super Bowls, that's a big part of him. There was no cap. There was none of that. I mean, this dude had Pepsi and Coke. I say it all the time, bidding against each other in the same stadium. He's the first guy to have Pepsi and Coke products in the same damn stadium. You know how much money this guy was making? Pepsi wanted this location. Well, Coke wanted this location. Well, who's got more money to pay for that location? And he just used bid off of them all the time and clean the hell up and could sign whoever he wanted to sign. And he did a phenomenal job back then of putting rosters together, drafting well, everything. They did a great job. And he had Hall of Fame players. And I know people don't agree with me. I know Sleep Cells didn't agree with me because of Emmett, but I think it was tractor trailer holes. You know what I mean? I think Barry rushes for $2,500 a year, right? And that's just my opinion. But the reason I hate Emmett isn't the performance on the football field. It's that he's a smug prick now. That's why I don't like him. He's a smugger. He's a smugger. He's a smack the face now to me. That's what he's become. Other guys haven't. Greg Hardy always. Not even smack the face. Bat the grill. Hey, boom, boom. So, different. And the cap has ruined him. Robert said the cap's ruined the league and the cap's ruined him. Brian Wilson, I cheered when everyone went down on the field. Now do it again. And Wilson agreed. And I agree with Wilson. As a player, my mom said it. When you were younger, you hated Irvin. Because I hated Irvin. I did hate Irvin in the moment, right? In the moment, I cheered. I'm guilty. I was home, and I was like, yes, it's gone. We got to deal with him beating our ass anymore. Right?
Sweeps chimes in. He said, but in all seriousness, it's Jerry Jones, hands down for him.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the figurehead, right? That's the figurehead. But, like, to me, Jerry Jones has struggled big time since the Super Bowls, right? To me, he gets away with so much shit when he hasn't won anything. So, like, I'm just giving you the argument for Jerry Jones right now, right?
Yeah.
The other side of it. Like, he's gotten away with telling radio hosts to shut up when they ask him the critical question about who the leader of his football team is. Right? He gets away with so much shit. You haven't won, brother, in a long-ass time. I'll give you credit for everything you did back then. But you haven't won. And you're judge of a winning. So you're getting away free pass city for freaking ever. What, 22 years, guys? Let's say 20 years. It's been free pass city. You get a little run after you win a couple Super Bowls, right? You get a couple passes for a couple years. So let's just say 18 years of free passes. We'll take some years off for our free passes. So then he gets another 18 years.
90.
Right? 18 years then. Let's say 16 years then, right, Greg? We'll say 16. We'll take 4 years off because you won a Super Bowl, right? You know. So we'll take 4 years off. So there you got it. And he still gets a free pass. So my mom's on this Emmett thing. It was Irvin. I wanted to go different. I thought Irvin was Michael the analyst doesn't bother me. I like Michael the analyst. Because he's grown on me. He was a better player than Emmett. That's why we hated him more. Right?
Mama A's throwing son under the bus.
It is what it is. It's just, this is a good one. I mean, DeMarco Murray. But he's more one of my most hated Eagles of all time. You know what I mean? Than Cowboy. Because It was the Cowboys. They didn't win anything. To me, it's them guys. Like if you're gonna hate somebody, you're gonna hate Irvin. You're gonna hate Emmett. You're gonna hate somebody on the offensive line. You're gonna hate somebody doing that error.
Leon Lett.
Yeah, if you're our age, you know what I mean.
Leon Lett's another one. Darren Woodson.
Yeah.
Yep, Darren Woodson. I mean,
cheap shot. To your point, Steve. Cheap shot. Roy Williams, the DB, not the wide receiver that couldn't catch.
That's what I'm talking about. The DB.
Yeah.
Safety from Texas. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think they both were from Texas, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy that they haven't won in that long and they get a free pass of being like America's team.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck says he hated T.O. when he went to Dallas. You know, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then Spidey says, Mike Parker says, Hall of Fame quarterback, wide receiver, running back, O-line, and DB. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing what they had going on down there. like when I take shots at them, and I'm taking shots at Emmett today, I'm taking shots at tractor trailer holes, having fun with them. And I said that the whole time, I'm not taking anything away from them, right? Guy's got a jacket and can. You know what I mean? Guy got his jacket. So I can't. I just ripped the guy today. Mom, he could have danced all he wanted on Dancing with the Stars. He's smug. He's Uncle Smug. Smug City. Bobby, what's the notes? What are you talking about, Bob? There's no notes. They don't know. There's no notes. I don't know where you're coming from, Bobby. All right. Where were we at? The other mama says he was sweet as pie today on the radio. I guess she's talking about Irvin because he probably won. Because Michael's usually like that.
Another guy we probably hated in the moment, but you don't hate now is Dion Sanders, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You hated primetime.
Factual, Greg.
You know what I mean? But again, another guy that you embody now. You embody every cornerback to live up to what Dion Sanders was in the 90s.
Yep.
Ball Hawk City.
Yep.
Oh, he would dance around on you. He would high step. And all that stuff would bother you. Just like every time Irvin got a first down, he would let you know. All them things irked you back then. Emmett just went through the motions, really, right? Not really a guy that like was stood out in terms of that kind of stuff because he wasn't flashy. He wasn't flashy at the time. That's why we hated them guys. Hated them guys. And I'm not running from them. I hated that whole thing, right? Like I could just came in this. You know what? I'm retracting everything. I hated that whole run. I hate every player on that run. Fair? How about that? Because that's the only thing that matters. Anything after that, I don't hate because they weren't good enough. Fair? Mm-hmm. I hated the whole run. Any Super Bowl run they had, I hated every player on the team. Every player. My mom will tell you, she's listening. I got grounded when Chris Boniol, whatever freaking, or Tommy Hutton couldn't catch the damn snap. Right? I got grounded for a week, I believe. Mom, confirm or deny. I mean, that's how much. He'll tell you, after the Cowboys would beat our ass, I was a mess when I was younger. A mess. And that's how you define fanhood. You get freaking punished. All right? Get punished. That's fanhood talk.
Sweeps George Teague, F him.
Bobby was saying, I was saying, Mama, Christina has notes on your ass, bro. Yeah. Fact talk. Oh, Mama says, Jerry was sweet. He talks on the radio twice a week. Listen, he can talk on the radio all he wants. He told the radio host to shut up when they asked him who their leader of the football team was.
Well, doesn't he also own that station too?
Probably.
I think he owns that station.
Probably owns the state too.
Probably.
I mean, freaking absolutely owns the state. Billy Guy says, Witten killed us, but I can respect him because he didn't talk shit. Yeah, and he didn't win shit either, right?
Yeah.
He didn't win, so it didn't matter as much.
Yeah, you hated Jay Novacek more, even though he was the worst of the two tight ends.
Yeah, Jay Novacek. Wow.
Good call for that.
Another part of that squad hated them all. I talked to him. My poll question has changed. I hated the whole entire roster of every Super Bowl run. Mike Parker said Leon Lett with the snow fumble kick, though. That was funny. Wasn't that thing?
Wow, you can never hate him because he continued to make stupid plays after that.
Yeah.
Oh, always. Final Score podcast. I wasn't old enough to see, but the Carmichael play with the Cowboys was sickening to see. Yeah, I wasn't old enough either to remember that,
And Spidey was right. It was Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, so who's your most hated Cowboy? Let us know. Who do you hate the most?
There's Bill.
Right? We got some great names already. Mine's the entire roster of any Super Bowl run. Jake, everybody just run through theirs one more time, and then we're going to get into some scores and get into the game Sunday.
Yeah, mine was Tony Romo. That was mine.
I'm still sticking with Hardy, man. Like, yeah, he's just a piece of crap of a human being, and I can't wait I hope someone knocks him out tomorrow. Oh, please get knocked out tomorrow, please.
Oh, is he fighting tomorrow?
Oh yeah, he almost missed weight. This is the first time in like ever. I think a heavyweight had to have the little shower brought in.
Get the frick out of here! Guy can't even make weight a heavyweight. You scumbag. You throw him in the middle of the street in Philly and see what happens to him.
I had Nate Newton as mine. Another name that I saw. He's too old for me. But it was he was relived a couple years ago in the draft. Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson was on the top of that list just for the draft alone.
You're right. You're right. So yeah, it's the sister station. Yep, it's Jerry Jones.
Okay.
It's amazing. That's the one he said to shut up on, which is even better. He's telling the station he owns the people on there to shut up. What is coming? Philly guy said Jimmy Johnson, Buddy Ryan feud.
Jimmy Johnson was a little weasel. He was a little weasel.
He was a weasel. He got lucky. He fell into that. Everywhere he coached, he was loaded. That's why he never went back. Coached Miami, loaded, and he coached Dallas, loaded. We could have won chips. My mom says, yeah, she does have notes, and yes, Tom would get his ass grounded for the way he acted after the Eagles lost the Cowboys. I wish I could have acted the same, but I had to be the mom. Air quotes. Jake gets cake. Elliott, for me, dude, thinks he's amazing, but he's finally showing he isn't much without an amazing O-line. That's funny. That ties into Miami. That's all. It ties into Miami. You're not wrong. I hate Ezekiel. He's a scumbag too. All right. So, Teddy Mean, everybody that was a Cowboy.
Not wrong.
Everybody.
Not wrong.
His world. As a Cowboys fan, it's Quincy Carter.
Oh, that's another good one.
That's a good one, brother.
What about Drew Henson?
How about anything outside of Tony Romo and Dak Prescott over any period of time?
Mr. I can't hit a curveball, so I'm going to go back and play football.
Final score says he also hates Dez. I don't necessarily hate Dez because he didn't win anything. Like, guys who don't win anything, just or whatever to me. It's that whole run that I hated.
You can't really hate him that much. I mean, karma in the end got him, so win-win.
Ooh, Terrence Newman is another good name Sweeps throws out.
One. Oh, Terrence Newman. I hated Terrence Newman.
I think his exact quote was, "Can eat a bag of dicks."
Yeah.
Plural.
Well,
you're not just putting one in a bag.
I said plural.
He's another piece of crap human being that was a Cowboy.
Who?
That?
Adam Pac-Man Jones is another one.
Yep, scumbag.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Adam Pac-Man Jones was a scumbag on draft night. He pushed his own grandmother out of the way. Never forget. The second that happened, I go right to the commissioner and say, I'm changing my effing pick. Give him back. I'll take a fine, whatever. Give him back. When I quit, I can't draft. And he's proved that throughout his career being not a good human being. Mm-hmm. Bobby Eagle says, so did Dez catch it? No. Robert says Ken Norton.
Ken Norton's another good one.
Ken Norton used to beat our ass too.
He used to destroy us.
Everybody destroyed us on that run.
And Junior too. Junior eventually became a Cowboy too.
Anthony says, I hated the cheerleaders. It's true. Everything about that run, I hated. Everything. It was thrown down our. It was thrown in our face.
I didn't hate the guy, but the name was always funny. Dat Win.
Yeah. Orlando Scandrick, Philly guy says.
Oh, come on. That's too easy.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge scumbag. I
take him here though. I'd rather he'd be here than in Baltimore.
I'll take it. Oh, bye, Jake.
See, Jake.
Robert Corden says Robert Staubach. I mean, I don't hate Robert. I was too young. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Anthony Anderson says Alvin Harper was really trash. Yeah, I mean, Alvin Harper, another guy. You know, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Welcome for having 88 on the other side of you.
Bobby says destroyed us in San Fran too. Talking about Ken Norton.
Ken Norton.
Yeah. Hey, Bryce, we couldn't run from Ken.
Couldn't get away with from that freaking guy, man.
It's like the meme. It's like DK coming after you. Yeah. It's like I just can't get away from
Eagles and then Ken Norton in whatever jersey he's in.
Oh man.
Robert said he's 62. So
there you go.
Back. So then yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Staubach. So Staubach probably, and Drew Pearson's probably in your way. Absolutely.
Yep. Tons of names on that.
Is anyone going to bring in Ed Too Tall here or no?
I don't know enough about him. I don't know. That's not my run.
Hey, but still, like when we were in those miserable years, they used to stomp the ever living snot out of us and rub our nose in it.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I just don't remember it. I wasn't old enough to remember it. You know what I mean? I remember, you got to factor in like the 90s was really when we started getting going, like really remembering, right?
Yeah.
And it's sticking in your face. And that whole run in the 90s was shoved right up our ass. Because that's when we really, at our age, at 38, really it became the rivalry for us. We understood it, right? We knew what it meant.
The first Super Bowl I remember was watching that Bills and Giants Super Bowl where Norwood misses the kick, right? So I get to sit there and watch one of our division rivals do it, and then the next few years we sit there and watch the Cowboys do it. So I'm with you. That's kind of my first memory of a dynasty is the freaking Dallas sticking Cowboys. So. I mean, it's Dallas week, so I mean, I think it's time for us to kind of, we're kind of getting some of that venom out of here with our hate. But I mean, are you ready for this one, brother? Because I think this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah. So Brady Rodriguez says, "What are your realistic expectations for Sunday night? Close, crappy game, or do you finally play good and blow out the Cowboys?" This is what I'll tell you. All right, I'm usually the guy, and I'll say this team shouldn't blow anybody out, right? But what I feel is, and this team hasn't really blown anybody out, really. It's not really their MO. They haven't really blown people out. But I got a feeling this Sunday that the defense dominates them, which will equal a blowout, which should equal like the Jets game of last year. Like that's the kind of game. I'm not saying the offense is going to blow anybody out. I'm saying the defense is going to help you beat them up. And what I mean by beat them up is, my score, and I want everybody's out there, and if you get it right, $100 free HUD merch from us and Philly drinkers, okay? So you got to do. You got to nail the score, and offense, defensive player of the game is your tiebreaker. We say it every show I'm on, leading up the games. Here we are again. We're giving it out. 34-17, okay? I'm going to stick with it. Nothing's changed throughout the week on how I feel about this game. Usually some things might change. Has it? My feel's been the same. This defense, everybody's healthy. They better dominate on Sunday. On Sunday Night Football. If you let a third stringer come in here and hang in here, I'm firing everybody. And then trading the whole defense. The entire defense is getting dealt. This needs to be a dominant performance from this defense, and if it's not, it's a disgrace. And remember, it's the same Cowboys offense that loves giving up 20 points in the first half. We need to get up early to take them away from being able to run the football. We got to make them one-dimensional quick. I think this is a feel-good game. I think this takes you into the bye week feeling delicious, and I think you hit on all cylinders this weekend. This is a football team coming in and it's quit. They don't have leaders on this football team. They quit last Sunday. They had a goal line stand and still quit. All right? And I plan on them quitting again this Sunday. The third stringer. Get the hell
not worried about Nate Jerry not playing?
No. I welcome him not playing. 34-17 Eagles. Offensive player of the game. I think I'm gonna go Richard Rodgers because that's what I went with last week. I just think he has like 7-8 catches again. You know what I mean? Carson likes throwing the football. He catches everything. Done and done. And it's just gonna be consistent. Defense side of the football, we talk about it. There's two guys. There's Fletcher, there's Rodney. But I'll go Rodney and leave Fletcher to somebody else. But Rodney McLeod to me, when Rodney McLeod plays his best football, this team plays their best football. So, especially on the defense side. So I'm gonna go Rodney McLeod on the defense side of the football. Everybody's chiming in. I'll read them off real quick here. Final score. Podcast, Eagles 31, Cowboys 17. Mike Parker, 34-14 Eagles. Bill Middlebrook, closer one, 24-20. Don, Eagles 48, Cowboys 13. Wow. My mom, 36-7. You heard it from mom. Wow. And Ducci talking about shit or defense. Yeah, and he's talking about telling the defense to bring the house to Nucci. You're right, Bobby. Yeah. Like, I think this is a game where you beat his ass up. You know, and first off, the Dak Prescott telling him it's just football. You played it your whole life. No, it's not. It's the NFL. Okay? So it's not the same game you played your whole life. It's fast as shit. So welcome.
Sorry, Jake said he said his whole block lost power.
Well, what's he plugged into with TV? I mean,
he's power to run the computer and TV and lights. It's dark out.
The dark's part of it. Absolutely. Yes. Gotcha.
Can't turn the camera off and still you can hear him, right?
He says 27-10 Eagles. Molly Mall 27-24 Cowboys. Wow. My father says 40-10 Eagles. Wow. Look at this. Look at the people. Anthony Atis, 28-24 Eagles. Either way, I just want to go to a locker room with a win. But I think this is a feel-good game. I think this is a game we dominate. And it starts with our defense. It's way too good and should beat this football team up. And if a third stringer comes in here and lights you up, I don't care what they have talent-wise offensively. If a third stringer comes in here and lights you up, Jim Schwartz, we're going to get you the next flight out of Philly. All right? Done and done. If this defense doesn't show up and dominate Sunday. Bobby Eagles, 36-18 Eagles. Robert says 37-10 Eagles. Nasty Nile, 27-13. Offense Fulgham, defense Slay. He owns Cooper. All facts. What do you boys say?
Go ahead, Steve.
All right. Well, what I'm thinking, I'm right along the lines with a lot of people here. I'm thinking it's like 34-21, though. I do think the Cowboys do break that 20-point plateau. I do think that they do get a couple touchdowns. I think Zeke will wind up pounding someone in there because he always gets one against us. He always plays fairly well. But to the point of the quarterback basically calling out saying bring the heat. I think BG is gonna turn up this weekend. I think we're gonna have a big game. He always plays up in these big primetime games. Yep. And my offense, I'm going to go different from Tommy. He's going Richard Rodgers. Dallas Goedert is back, and he always has a big play against Dallas. Always has a big play against them. I think if we were to see two 30-yard plays from him this week, I guarantee it.
Is he back, Steve?
I thought he said he's playing at least if he's 70%. I thought he was.
I didn't think they were playing him. Greg, can you confirm that?
I'm looking.
I mean, no, I hope he's playing. I mean, that'd be great. I didn't think he was playing. It would be nice to have Dallas Goedert, of course. That might make my Richard Rodgers even more. I might like Richard Rodgers pick even more now.
Eagles tight end. This is from Jess Gaversky yesterday. Says he feels good and hopes he can return Sunday from the ankle injury.
From what I thought he said he was at 75% and he was a go.
It seems like it's trending in that way.
All right, we'll take him. Maybe I'll give him. Maybe we'll play now. So maybe you wish him good things.
Man, he always seems to play well against them. So I like him making some plays when Carson needs them.
Steve.
What?
Defense player of the game, offense player of the game, defense player of the game. Yeah.
Oh, BG. BG's going. He's got a fire on it, with DeLucci running his mouth now, sitting there saying, "Bring the heat." Knowing how much he talks on the field, oh man, BG's ready for this game.
I love it, baby. I love it. He hates the Cowboys, and he shows up in the biggest moments for this football team. Has for a long time, and I've absolutely, the pick at the time everybody wanted Earl Thomas, fair. Brandon Graham lived up to that pick and more for this organization.
And here's something to think about. Like, could you imagine if he was used properly the first handful of years in his career, like what his numbers would look like? We're trying to play around and trying to make him play linebacker.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He was a hand in the dirt guy at Michigan. You know, he came in as a speed rusher. So you use him to an advantage. He turned himself into a great run stopper. He turned himself into exactly what we drafted him to be. And that pick ended up being a hit. You know what I mean? That pick was a win. Early on it looked like, oh my God, how we pass on Earl Thomas over, was it Earl Thomas?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Earl Thomas. How we pass over Earl Thomas for Brandon Graham. Well, guess what? Who would you rather have right now? Asking for a fan base. Because I'd rather have Brandon Graham right now. Brandon Graham's career went longer. Brandon Graham's career is better in my opinion, and Brandon Graham's a better man. So at the end of the day, the pick was a win for us. We got our Super Bowl, and Brandon Graham was a gigantic part of that. And listen, he's one of my all-time favorite Eagles. Like all-time favorite Eagles. We do a favorite Eagles list. He's in the top. Everybody's top.
I don't know if a lot of people seen this, but like when the parade was over and all the players left the stage, he sat down and was still bringing Eagles fans up, signing autographs and stuff like that. So, like, not just like what he does on the field and everything like that. Brandon Graham's like just an amazing human being, point blank and period. Strip sack, all that stuff. He's gonna be one of those players where you should have 55 in your closet, point blank and period.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Earl Thomas was a Hall of Fame safety, so I mean, yeah, he's a scumbag and dropped off now. But in the tops of his career, he was the best safety in football. So, I mean, it's a moot point because we got our Super Bowl and we have BG, but I don't know if we could sit there and say he was better than Earl Thomas.
Well, I think his career is going longer than Earl Thomas, and that's factual. And
that is, yeah.
We'll see where the numbers end up. But I mean, he turned himself into an all-time Eagles great. So it wasn't like a missed pick, is my point. It's not like he totally missed. Like people were saying it was a miss back in the day. It wasn't a miss, Greg. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away anything from what Earl Thomas has done over his career. I'm just saying right now, who would you rather have? One guy's not playing. One guy's double teaming with his brother. You know what I mean? One guy's just strictly not playing. So, one guy probably isn't teammates don't want him. So, big play, Slay. Yo.
What up, Slay? Big play this weekend.
Yeah, if that's really you, then let's go, baby.
Let me get one of those giveaways.
His wife's been doing mad giveaways on social media,
on Twitter. Yeah,
haven't noticed. Head over to Twitter. Go find Jennifer Slay, man. I think they're doing like 12 jerseys this weekend or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'll say this, Brian. I'm not in no way, shape, or form, and am I saying that Brandon Graham had an overall better career, right? Because we know what Earl Thomas was in his heyday. I'm saying the pick now looks better because one guy's still playing and one guy is not in the league because guys don't want to play with him, right? So the pick's better, correct, guys? Right now, the pick's like, okay, we feel like we almost won that pick because at least we got a guy still playing at a high level. One guy's not even on the football on the team. So yes, over the heyday at the beginning, it looked like one of the biggest misses of all time, right? That's what it looked like at the beginning. I get that. Earl Thomas, Hall of Fame safety. Nobody's taking anything away from that. I'm talking about the last 3 years. Who's played better football?
Yeah.
Come on, just be fair. I'm not telling you he's better. I'm saying over the last 3 years, who's played better football? That proof's in the pudding.
And over the first 10, who played better?
Hey, Tom.
And you know what's tough, and you're not wrong, Tom. You're absolutely right. But what's tough about the debate is who knows what this Eagles defense would have looked like with a Hall of Fame like Earl Thomas replacing Dawkins at that time. You know what I mean? That's the stuff we'll never know.
No, and
because we may have gotten to Broad Street earlier than we did, but who knows what that really is? Because you can't ever do that.
No, and again, I'm not saying that. I might have said that Brandon Graham might have a better career because it's not over yet. You know what I mean? The guy gets double-digit sacks the next 3-4 years and plays into his mid-30s.
It's
right?
definitely going to be longer, that's for sure, yes.
Then the conversation comes, does that guy get a jacket? You know what I mean? Like, if he plays another 3 years and double-digit sacks, he's starting to put himself in a conversation of maybe working his way towards something like that. I'm not saying he is.
Not wrong.
You know what I mean? And I'm just saying he's working his way there. So we got to put that conversation isn't done yet. But no, I mean, Earl Thomas was a freaking pimp. I respect yours too, brother. Bri, I respect the hell out of yours too, because I'm not saying I don't want you to, people might take that the wrong way, but I'm just saying for the Eagles, like, it worked out, right? I think we can all agree on that, right? We all agree for the Eagles it worked out because we don't know, but Earl Thomas would have sure as hell helped us. He wanted to hurt us, but he was also in a great situation as well.
Yeah, he had a lot around him. You're absolutely
great.
That Legion of Boom was legit,
and he was a big part of that. Big part. Nobody's taking anything away. Cam Chancellor, not a bad player. Richard Sherman, pimp. So them guys together created something special there for sure, right? Oh, my bad.
We're back.
Uh-oh, we got power back.
He's back. He's back.
Power talk. Mama, we're doing 100 hours free A2D merch, and there's a lot of things. Jake's wearing a shirt right now. Jake's shirt of family.
How about I spice it up, Tom? How about I add something to it? Since Mom's asking for something, right?
Well, add in. You're already getting the card game going. Love
it. Can't hurt.
I love it.
What was that? I could barely see it. Was that Jaws?
Oh, it's a Jaworski signed card from like the 80 NFC Championship game card.
I love it. Speaking of that, right?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Speaking of cards, and tell me I won't be able to.
New show talk.
New show.
And, yep.
November 11th.
November 11th here on A2D Radio. Brian Woodward, freaking great guy. Both of them great dudes. And Card Knocks on A2D. Card Knocks, and they're going to make you some money. We got something on here that's going to make you guys money. They're out there to make you guys money if you're into the card game. If you want to get into the card game, they're going to walk you through how to get into it. Right?
Which is booming again.
Booming. Me and Brian talked a lot about this. So that show starts November 11th every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, and they can run to 9. We'll see how long they go, but they have that window. But they'll be every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, and then they'll take you into the AM and the PM and the fix with us. So, Brian, at the time, send me a shirt, brother, even if it's used. Inbox me on Facebook or Instagram. Inbox me personally. Send me your info. I'll get you something out, brother.
That's bold, putting your whole address down there. That's bold.
He's in Tulsa. There's nothing happening out there.
Let me grab
Tyler
something.
Horton, I do agree. I think I don't know if it's pick 6, but I think he does pop the cherry this week with a pick on don't call it DiGiorno.
This is some things we can do here.
Sign Jaws. I like it.
Right, so we got a signed Jaws jersey in here, courtesy of Steve. Right, so we're just gonna open this bad boy up though, so we can show the people. My hands are clean, family. Now we're gonna open this bad boy up, and what we're gonna do a giveaway on our socials. All right, we'll have a little giveaway coming up on our socials. Whole follow, whole 9, autograph on the back, old school Ronnie. Right, let's go. That's gonna be fun. So we're gonna have a little giveaway on our socials. You have to do a couple things. But
Absolutely.
we're trying to give things away here. We're trying to take care of the people. So I feel like that's a good one. And then we're gonna have a little different effects. Like we can do some things like this. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna start mixing it up. My Instagram is Tom Arnone Live. Tom Arnone Live is my Instagram, bro. And Tom Arnone Live was a show here. I mean, I might as well just name Friday Night Tom Arnone Live. And you guys can be my freaking, you guys are all my little guests. You know what I mean? I'll keep your little over on the screen there.
I haven't been called little in years.
You know what I mean? You guys. Robert Corder wants the Jaws jersey. Oh, you got to follow the page, Robert. It all starts with following the page, turning your alerts on, all that fun stuff. John Coyle now. What's up, guys? What's up, John?
What up, John?
So, score predictions. I just gave mine. Greg, I believe you are up, correct?
Yeah, I'm up. So I mentioned on Wednesday in the block pool, I got Eagles 2, I got Cowboys 6. So in order to make that work, I'm going 32, 16. Doug's going for 4 or scoring 4 touchdowns. Doug's going for 2 on all 4 because Jake Elliott stinks. And we're going 32-16 Eagles. My offensive player of the game with a touchy is going to be John Hightower. My defensive player of the game is going to be, I forget who I picked, but we're going to go Sean Bradley.
Okay.
Love it. Jake, up.
Yeah, I think with me, and I said it yesterday, it's going to be interesting because obviously we don't know what DiNucci is as a quarterback, so they have that element of surprise as an advantage. If you want to talk
not delivery,
7th round pick, exactly. If it's not delivery, it's not DiNucci. But no, but I think this is a game where Eagles kind of build momentum, kind of get that momentum going. Obviously, it's going to be heading into a bye week, which kind of stinks, but at the same time, get you comfortable in the division. And just plain and simple, from top to bottom, the Cowboys' defense is just bad. From top to bottom, it's bad. Their O-line's bad. Their quarterback's bad. It's just bad all around. It's just bad all around. But I think getting Rieger back helps. And just I'm kind of shaky on the whole Jason Peters at left tackle, and you're basically benching Jordan Mailata if Lane Johnson comes back, which I'm not a fan of. But that being said, Cowboys, I think the stat was they've been down by 14 plus in the first half, I think, in all their games this season. I think, if I'm correct. It was a pretty big margin. But anyway, I just think the Eagles just take control of the game from the jump. I'm going to have my score be 35-13 Philadelphia. And then my offensive player of the game, I'm going to go with Travis Fulgham. He's been hot these past 4 games since he's come in, so I don't see that being shaken away or anything like that, especially against this defense. My defensive player in the game, I'm going to say Fletcher Cox because obviously $100 million man, he's got to play, and especially there's no better opportunity than right now. So,
factual.
And he's already talking about Cowboys week hits differently for him. So, I mean, that's a great go right there, Jake. It's funny. All of our scores were all very similar, but not the same. It was we were all in that like 30 to low 30s to mid teens range, except for Steve just jumped over to 20. But we were all real close, and none of us had the same one. It's funny.
Yeah.
No, and the funny thing is because if you look at it, we all expect our defense to come play.
Yep.
Right. At the end of the day, we all expect our defense to come put on a big time performance here on Sunday Night Football. And when you look at their coaching staff and you look at everything they've gone through as a football team, right, in terms of now they call out their coaches, right, that they're not teaching, right, which is very strange to me. All right. And then you start to wonder what's really going on here, right? Because I thought that was odd. Like you guys look like you're quitting and now you want to point the blame to everybody else. Never a good look. And then you look at, okay, they're going to Washington, and it's a huge game for that football team, right? Huge game for that football team. And you come out with a goal line stand early on, and you really take momentum. And you're like, oh, man, Cowboys are going to win this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you lay an egg like that. You lay an egg performance like that. That tells me all I need to know on what kind of football team is coming in here on Sunday night. Now, do I expect their best effort? I would assume, but I'm going to keep holding on to the fact that if a third-string quarterback comes in here and beats us, it would sum up 2020, and Jim Schwartz is on the next plane to wherever, maybe even out of the country. Maybe even out of the damn country. So our defense needs to give up between 14 and 17 points, if not lower, on Sunday night. That would be what I expect. Should happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's a flat-out freaking disgrace. Okay, there's $100 million guys. There's big play Slay. Right there. There's all these guys. Okay? I'm tired of talking. All right? You'll get mad at me. They're going to get mad at me. Time why you talk shit about Darius? Because if you're big play Slay, you make big plays.
Mm-hmm.
You like Nickel Roby Coleman. Slot guy. I know what your career's been. I know you've been a damn good slot guy in this league. But for both of you might want to change your Insta handles and your Twitter handles until big plays are goddamn coming. I didn't go out and get a cornerback. And I like Darius, so don't take anything away from it. I keep it real to the people. You can't call yourself big play Slayer without making goddamn big plays. And somebody disagrees with that, tell me, oh, he's giving up less than 55 yards to wide receivers throughout the year. Great. I need interceptions. I need picks. I need turnovers.
Well, I mean, that's why he was brought in, right? Because the inefficiency that this organization has been able to bring in any kind of defensive back who make plays on the ball. We thought we were going to get that of Rasul Douglas. That didn't work out. He's making plays elsewhere right now. Mm-hmm. And we needed out of this guy. That's why we brought him in here. That's why we signed him to the contract and all that. He needs to make turnovers, period.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Tower Horton says Eagles 41-9. Wow, that'd be fun.
Someone had a shutout I just saw.
Yeah, someone was like 42-0 or something like that.
Gordster.
If they shut him out, I'll run the Broad Street.
I mean, they put 3 up against Washington last week, so it wouldn't surprise me. 42 is a little steep in my opinion, but wouldn't shock me.
I'll say one thing, Gordster. Dion Taylor looks good in his uniform. I don't know.
Look good, feel good, play
good, maybe.
I'm asking for a friend because when I don't have good players at a position and I draft a guy in the 3rd round, doesn't he need to play right away? Like, if you had talent there, you can let him sit. But if you draft a guy in the 3rd round and you have nothing at your linebacker core, doesn't he need to play all the time?
Or at least by week 8?
You would think.
Or after the bye at worst. You know what I mean? It's another week of this week is 10 days, right? Which should get you feel more comfortable, right? Because you're actually practicing stuff, right? Makes sense. Then you get another bye. I mean, if your youngsters aren't caught up to speed, I can't help you. There's youngsters all over the National Football. They caught up. Mother, you know what's are caught up.
Yep.
So I'm tired of making
it. If it's not on Dion Taylor, then there's something wrong with this coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or the guy picking them. You know what I mean? I don't know. We're going to find out.
Ding, 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 ding. All the above.
Listen, Darius better play great because all I've heard all week is how he shuts down Amari. So there's a 3rd stringer throwing the football. You better shut his ass down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no talk after this football game. I'm telling you. Listen, if this defense gets shredded on Sunday night, it's going to be aggressive for me. I'm just letting you know. We're doing live reactions. Things will be said. Okay? If this defense gets shredded. I'll be calling for everybody's job. I'll be trading Fletcher Cox during the game. During the game. I'll be doing it. During the game, I'm freaking trading Fletcher Cox. I'm trading everybody. I'm trading the whole defense. I let Brandon stay because he's a damn leader. You know what I mean? Everybody else gone. Jimmy gone. Darius gone. Everybody gone. If you get shredded against a 3rd stringer in your house on Sunday Night Football in a must-win against your rival. Think about all the factors here. And the defense healthy. Healthy is like a racehorse in the prime of his career. That's a defense healthy. That's healthy. There ain't no excuses over there, fam. Ain't excuses over there, boys. They need to let their presence be known. And there better not be no missionary shit either. Like, he said, bring the house. Somebody said, bring the house. Bring the house. Bring it all. Bring it all. How fast you want to make decisions, honey? You think Dak told you it's the same game you played your whole life. Okay. Is it the same game you played your whole life when they're bringing 2 guys extra all the time or a guy extra and fast dudes are up in your face? Let me know if it's the same game you played your whole life.
Yep.
They better show up. They better show up. So, guys, I want one more. I got another question involving the game for you guys. One player that needs to step up and have a monster performance Sunday. And it doesn't have to be your player of the game. It can be anybody. There's one player on this football team that needs to have a great game on Sunday for this team to win.
I think for me more than anyone, and obviously it's his first game back, but it has to be Jalen Reagor. You drafted the guy in the 1st round and spent a high asset on him. So, and everyone says, Chuck's included, and a bunch of other people on the platform, and just around the NFL, they say this guy can be really good and he can be special and can be a number one. What better opportunity than right now? I get him and Carson haven't had the opportunity to really gel and mold together. But I mean, if the Cowboys defense is as bad as everyone's saying it is, then there's no excuse to put up, I'll be generous, 70.
No, I mean, yeah, 70. Geez.
I'll be generous.
Prism. That's what Prism just said.
Howard's got to go one. Hargrave.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I can't tackle anybody on this panel right now or anybody out there commenting. So would love to let him live up to a couple of hours. Good to have you. You've been on a goddamn part.
It'd be nice if Derek Barnett could get a few sacks and show up. Would be nice. But, please.
I like it. I like it. Especially when you hear your name maybe on the trade block. I like the J. Allen pick, Jake, because we see what young wide receivers all around the National Football League being impactful. There's a guy traveling here Sunday.
I was going to say there's a guy on the other side of the field that's going to do it.
That I'm not in love with. You guys know this. I had other receivers ranked higher than him, but I still didn't, I said he's going to stink. He got helped out by Dak. He got helped out late in games. Hasn't really done shit the last 2-3 weeks. So keep that in mind. I struggled a little bit the last couple of weeks. We'll probably have like 10 catches this week now.
The whole offense struggled. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, facts are facts, Greg. I'm just telling you what's happening. Numbers aren't the same. There's other guys out there, young wide receivers that have been just smoking it. You know what I mean? That has been rolling. So you got to factor that into it too. But I think there's no excuse for Jalen Reagor. Him and Carson have played together a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not like they haven't been on the football field all together. They have, and they can make explosive plays together. So it's a huge get back. It's a huge weapon, and especially it's a big weapon, Jake, when you talk about our quarterback giving him praise, right? So our quarterback, it talks about his impact, right? And I never questioned Jalen's impact. Everybody thinks I hate Jalen Reagor. Not the case. I just would have drafted Patrick Queen. I'm just a different type of dog. I'm a different type of dog, right? Or if I really needed a wide receiver at that point, I would have taken Justin Jefferson. People argue with me all the time. Fine. You can have your opinion. It doesn't mean I don't like Jalen Reagor. I root for every Eagle, okay? I root for every Eagle. Just don't ever call us out as a fan base. That's what he did. I don't like that because you're speaking to the idiots. Don't. You know what I mean? The idiots are the ones throwing shade at you, not the real fans. So I don't like when guys come at the fans because then you come at the heart of the base. We're the heart of the base. So now you're coming in. I mean, hey, I didn't say a word. All right? So cool down. Cool it down. Slow down. And he didn't like it, probably. Anybody didn't like being crumbing at that. Guys don't like it. They get a little sensitive. Use it. Blake Snell used that shit. Blake Snell was using that shit. You use it too. I'm going to keep using that too.
He was dealing. He hated being crumbing today so bad. He was 9K in the winter go home, and Kevin Cash went home.
He's like, no, you still have to be the crumb. Get out of here.
Right, who's crucifying him? Nobody on this panel is going to crucify Jalen Reagor. Now, you can't crucify a guy who hasn't played. And you sure as hell can't crucify a guy who keeps coming back early from injuries, too. So, I mean, I'll give him credit for that. He's a dog.
And to Jake's point, too, like you're talking to that offense that needs to step up in Reagor's first game back. Boston Scott needs to continue to be productive this weekend and fill in for Miles and give us, maybe 70 yards out of the backfield, another 40 out of it.
Like,
you need to get something out of him.
Like, this is what I'm going to tell you. All right, this is what I'm going to tell you.
I know you don't like Boston Scott, man. I know you don't.
I don't care about Boston Scott enough. You know what I mean? That's my thing. Boston Scott is my third running back I'm okay with. You know what I mean? Third running. Let me tell you something about Jalen. There was no bullying. On draft night, I know who I wanted, and that was Patrick Queen. If Patrick Queen fell in our lap, it was a no-brainer. But our GM's a nerd, okay? So it made me on draft night not like the pick, right? Then he talked. Then I put together who daddy was. And I said, I'm a big pedigree guy. Always have been. Huge pedigree cat. And I said, I like him more. He's got confidence. He's got bravado, right? So I'm always going to root for Eagles guys. And Carson needed a weapon. So let's hope it's him. Fair? I think Sly would agree with me on that. Fair? Good. So now we fast forward. And we're kumbaya right now. We're kumbaya. And then you talk about us as a fan base and you attack all of us. Somebody's got to put their foot down for us. Who better than A2D? You know what I mean? I'm saying, hold on. You know what I mean? I'll stop him right in his tracks. Don't worry about playing. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about the people out there. This ain't TCU anymore. Now everybody's going to pat you on the ass and tell you it's going to be okay. Okay? It's not college. So I'm rooting for Jalen Reagor. I think he's explosive. I think he's a playmaker. We fair on all that? I think Carson Wentz being his quarterback helps him tremendously too. But I think he's the playmaker Carson needed. I just don't think he's an outside number one type player. I think he can be a great two because of the explosiveness, because he can be used in different ways. But I think he's like a 1B, right? Is that fair? Not a 1A, a 1B. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean he's your number two. It just means he's your 1B because to me, your number one's always going to be that bigger target, right? That to me, they're number one guys. Your 6'2", 6'3" guys, catch radius off the charts, right? They're like your ones. With his size and what it looks like, he's an explosive 1B'er, right?
Or you truly become Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, which I'm fine with Tyreek Hill. And Bobby said he thinks he's a gadget. And I said that on draft night. It was more of a gadget than a number one. But it doesn't mean it can't work. It doesn't mean it can't be explosive as hell gadget. I just would have drafted Patrick Queen. That's it. That ain't shot at nobody. Tell me which one looks better. I'll wait.
Kenneth Murray looks pretty nice, too.
Kenneth Murray looks really nice. So, what do you guys think Jalen Reagor's production is going to be this Sunday? Give me your prediction, guys.
I'll say 5 catches, 65 yards, and I'll throw a tutty in there. I'll throw a tutty in there, too.
Talk.
5 for 65 and a tutty, huh?
That's what I say.
I will go. I'll go 4 for 80. No tutty, because the tutty's got to go to John Hightower.
No, that's fine. I'll take 4 for 80 all day out of the kid. Steve?
I say 3 for 64. No tutty.
Oof.
3 for 64 isn't bad either.
That's not bad.
They're explosive.
They're chunk plays.
Yep.
Oh, nobody had over 5 here, right?
No.
Mm-mm.
All right, I'll go 7 touches in some fashion.
Oh, touches, okay.
I think he has like 5 catches, and maybe an end, what do you call it? I can't even think right.
End around or whatever.
Yeah, like an end around, maybe like a screen, which is I guess considered a catch, but you know what I mean, like something like that. I think he gets involved there. Maybe he has 6 catches and an end around. Mm-hmm. So 6 catches. I'm gonna say he has a really productive game. I'm gonna go 80 yards and a touch.
Not to be confused with a reach around.
So now everybody can get off my ass. I just gave him a great game right there. Great game. Because I think with Fulgham and the radius guy over there and what Hightower brings speed-wise and what Greg Ward can do underneath, I think it really opens up shots deep down the field. Mm-hmm. Even if he doesn't have that many catches, I still think he gets 80 yards somehow. Because I think he might even have like 1 or 2 explosive plays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is all you need. All you need from him. What does Carson Wentz do for you guys this Sunday? What does his numbers look like?
I say 345 and 3 touchdowns. No, I still think he throws a pick. I still think he forces one and throws a pick.
Oh, jeez. Not a good look with the defense. It's in the negatives and turnover margin.
Let me say something real quick, guys. My buddy Steve Paulson, I love him to death. So he would always call me when a show was starting. I'd never be able to answer. So I told him, every time you call me, a show starts. So now every time a show starts, he calls me. purpose, and now I answered it tonight. Listen that way, and I had to hang up after like 10 minutes, and then look at him. He's in. Love it. My family right there.
What up, Pulse?
So, okay. So, Steve, you gave yours. I still think he forces one too. I hope not. I hope he has a clean game for his sake and the haters. Jake, what was yours?
I'm gonna say 325 for 3 TDs, and then we'll see Jalen Hurts with 10 minutes left in the fourth.
Oh,
wow. Tyler says 402, 5 TDs. Jesus, God, guys.
Well, he also had 42 or 41-7 or something. So he needs that.
Yeah.
Greg?
I'm gonna go 280, 2 through the air, 40, and 1 on the ground.
I'm gonna go 330, 3 touches, no picks, and he'll rush for 30. So he says, I don't know why, but I have a gut feeling that it's going to be one of them 6 straight games at halftime. I feel like Doug's going to go in trying to be cute, and it's still that Family Dollar offensive system. Yeah, I mean, I think any coach in the National Football League, Slay, when you have talent, it works, right? You have talent, it works, and I think they're finally getting some talent back on offense that's going to help them work. I mean, God, they got your son back. I mean, they got Tyreek Hill 2.0 back. We're breaking them down, Dance. That's what we're doing now. We're breaking it all down. We're all got them winning. We're breaking down player by player on what we think guys are going to do production-wise. Boston Scott, guys, out of the backfield. What does Boston Scott deliver as your air quote #1 running back this week?
I already said he needs 15 touches. You need to get 150 yards out of him between the ground and and out of the backfield. You have to.
Yeah, not much. It's not the Giants, so I'm not expecting much. He always plays well against the Giants, but I mean, I hope he plays well. But again, it's one of those things where I have to see it to believe it, because he's a splash in the pan against the Giants all the time. But I'll say probably rushes 10 times for 50 yards and gets a couple catches here and there. I don't think he's going to have like a major impact though, just because I think it's going to be air raid all day.
10 for 50 would be his highest yard per attempt of his career.
Would it be?
Yes.
Bobby, we're going through them all, brother. We're gonna get to we're gonna get to a lot of offensive players.
I see Boston Scott. Jake, I'm right around you with that number. I say 50 yards rushing, and I'm going to go 25 yards receiving. I don't think he can run through the tackles. So I don't see, and we know Doug loves to throw the football, and with that secondary, I think that's going to be #1, especially if you get Goddard back. We know we're getting Rieger back, right? So we're getting healthier at the wide receiver position. You get Goddard back, that's just going to air raid even more.
Yeah.
So I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of running attempts.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm right with you. I think he gets about 8 to 10 carries. I'm going to say 40 yards out of the backfield. He has a decent day out of the backfield, and he'll probably have like 30 yards receiving. Maybe 3 catches, 30 yards receiving, something like that. He's not a #1, nor should he be. It's an indictment on the organization for not having that other guy. Even if he's your 2 and the other guy's your 3, it doesn't matter how you rank him in your system. It's just about having like another back that you really trust. And you don't trust Corey Clement and Huntley. I mean, Huntley's ran better than Scott has. I mean, I don't know what that's saying. You know what I mean? Gorsuch, I think Richard Rodgers is my player of the game. I think he has like 8 catches. Because all he does is catch the football, and Carson loves the tight end.
Going back to old school Richard Rodgers, I love it.
Mama said, dang, at least Scott gets 115, my guys. We can't stop teams third stringers. And then she's talking about the Cowboys. They can't stop, the running backs. Maybe the other side's telling us maybe he has a good game. Babe. You know what I mean? And we'll love that. Tristan says the Eagles are trash. Cowboys will win. With
Gucci Danucci.
The Nookies aren't winning Sunday. You understand? The Nookie ain't coming in here and winning Sunday. That's a Ganookie. Telling you about another Ganookie.
That's pretty good.
Coming in here and winning. John says Clement should get more rushes. Scott isn't a full load guy. Yeah, either's Clement though, John. That's the problem.
Yeah, Clement's not good.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. This is what we're left with. This is an interesting one because I love Awuzie. You guys know how I feel about Awuzie.
So do I. I love the Awuzie.
I think he's better than Byron Jones. So I was like, you know what? And then they drafted Diggs. I was like, I actually like their secondary, the way they went about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're still good on defense. I mean, there is talent there. We can't run from the fact that there's not talent there. Yep. But it looks like they've quit. And when it looks like they quit, that's where it changes the town a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. But ain't no freaking Ganookie coming in here to beat this goddamn defense. And I'll yell and scream from the rafters for people to hear that. All right. So let's get some other names. So John Hightower, who's done a really good job of stretching the field for this football team. We talk about a fifth-round picks, we aren't expected to get much out of them, right? Anything you got a fifth-round pick in his career is like a win for you, right? Mm-hmm. And he's already said, okay, he dropped some balls, and guys do that. Young guys do that. But he's shown the ability to get open deep, right? And I'm a fan of that. Because if you're a fifth-round pick and you have a skill set that can translate to the National Football League, I'm a fan of it. So John Hightower, what kind of numbers does he put up this Sunday, guys?
I think with me, it's just nice to see he's constantly making big plays week in and week out. And like you said, Tom, to where like obviously the young guys are going to be making drops, but there's no denying the kid gets open, plain and simple. He's just not catching the ball. So I think it's just one of those things. The more you feed him, the more consistent he's going to be. And I was a big fan of him coming out of Boise State. But again, with this piss poor defense, you'll have a Awuzie on Travis Fulgham most likely. So you're going to have a bunch of other guys that'll get open. So I think you're going to see kind of just similar numbers, maybe 2 catches for Hightower. I'm going to say 2 for 65, and yeah, maybe a touchdown, maybe, because he's kind of been like sniffing the end zone a little bit week in and week out. So I think he might finally get one today against this Cowboy, or on Sunday, against this Cowboys defense.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, he has got open, and credit to him, because you know how I feel about late round picks, being able to come in and produce right away.
I like that, Rob, too. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm 3 for 50 for him. You know what I mean? 3 for 50 or 2. I'll go 2 for 50. I don't think it's a major game. I just think he gets open again. Yep. You don't need him to be that every play guy, right? Mm-hmm. And I compliments Fulgham well. They all complement each other. That's something we talked about early on. We expected it to be Alshon coming in soon and compliment him as a catch radius guy. Travis became that catch radius guy that Carson really loves and goes to, and it became a security blanket for him, which is what we needed. Right now, these other guys come in like Jalen Reagor, Hightower, Greg Ward. They all do little things differently, which makes you dynamic, right? And you start to have a dynamic offense. The only thing this offense is missing is Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders. Yep. I mean, Zach Ertz and Miles Sanders away from being the offense that we thought they could be, where there's no excuse talk. Even without Brandon Brooks, we knew about Brandon Brooks coming into this, and we still thought we were going to be lighting lamps, right? And it's because guys going out, but now some guys have stepped up and shown they can play. So getting some guys back is even going to be a bigger win. I mean, shit, I'll take Alshon too. I don't care crumb brulee or not. I'll take him too. I'll take everybody. Quez Watkins stinks, though. Sly. I listen. You think all these late round wide receivers are going to pan out? Quez Watkins stinks. Quez Watkins, take a walk. All right, I don't care about Quez. We got lucky with John. John can play, and your son can play. So we're Gooch. We're Gucci Mane on this one. You know what I mean? Now we move on. We move on. Quez. If Quez can play, I'm quitting radio. I'm putting it out there. I love you, Sly. I love it. I love sports. I love the debate. Cromer just out there traveling at the wrong times.
Or the right times.
No, probably not, Greg. Regardless of injuries, big got to get the dub. and have to do it convincingly. Yep, great time to ride rides. Enjoy yourself, brother. Stay safe. We love you.
No weights.
No weights is right.
Yeah, no weights at all.
Marquis says Eagles are missing Marquise Goodwin. Yeah, I mean, we're missing, but John Hightower, I think, made up for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From what we've watched so far. I mean, he's made up for that player in this system, right?
I think we were missing Goodwin more in the beginning half of this year. Up until like kind of now, where we would have loved to have a veteran out there. You know what I mean? When we were just dealing with all these, second year guys and under. That's where I think we really missed them. Because I think you're right though, Tom. The likes of Hightower, Rieger, Fulgham, what we were able to find in him. There's more talent in those three guys than there is in Marquise Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. Philly, the podcast. What's up, Joe, my brother? Great guys over there. Was on one of them last Friday. We had a ton of fun. He says, "Fly Eagles fly." It's hilarious seeing Cowboys fans throwing the towel in. Yeah, it scares me a little bit, right?
Yeah, they're tanking for Taylor already.
God, you stop it over there.
Here comes Cromer. Lots of tail at Disney Springs, fellas. Trip is already worth it.
Absolutely.
Up when you get in there. That's what they tell you. They tell you. It's okay. Get in. Just mask up.
Might not get COVID. You might get something else.
Yeah, we'll mask up both places.
You see the meme where you say that they don't use you either, right?
Yeah.
So I can't agree with you more. Goodwin stinks. I said it when we got. So we're happy Hightower took that position in that spot on this football team. Now I'll say Quez Watkins will not be good. Yeah. No way. We're hitting on three. Howie Roseman's hitting on three wide receivers. Yeah, no shot. And no shot.
And Hightower actually being halfway decent makes me scared for Rieger.
Oh God.
Don't Cromer.
Clay's going to be so upset. Cromer, you got to come. I mean, you got to slow down. I mean, bareback Cromer. I don't think anybody's ever called you that.
Yeah, it's been called.
Has it?
That's a legit quote unquote nickname.
Oh Christ. I don't want to know.
All right, how about we're going to say
the more you know. By the way, I guess you guys were doing Hightower when I stepped away. I'm going 3 for 100 with a tutty.
Ooh, I like it.
That's my player of the game. I got to get something big.
Yeah, true.
I sit there and say he's going to have like 3 for like 71.
Not 70, not 75, 71.
He's gonna have those one of those odd ones where he's gonna get like a 39-yarder and he's gonna get a couple first downs. Come on.
No, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. It's like that person is like, I'll be there in 7 minutes, not 5, not 10. I'll be there in 7.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you in 10.
Yeah. Boys, what about Travis Fulgham? What are we going to see numbers wise with Travis Fulgham this Sunday?
I think he continues to impress, regardless of. It seems like regardless whoever he's against, he makes catches. Whether it's Marcus Peters, Joe Hayden, whoever it may be, he's making plays. So I think even if he's going against Awuzie, I think he goes over 100.
I see volume out of him. I'm going.
Right,
sorry, Tom.
He goes over 100 against Awuzie. Wow, right? I mean, then we're safe to start crowning because now you're going against all these one corners and you're beating them, right? Mm-hmm. And you're winning battles, right? Yeah. Then we can officially let the t-shirts fly, right? Mm-hmm. Then that's when you bring the t-shirts out to the fucking losers. Fourth and crumbs. They're crumbs. Okay, I'll say it 100 times. All right, there's a freaking tailgate, and tailgate don't mean you know football, baby. All right, tailgate means shit. I can sit on my couch and I'll talk you. All right, I don't need a fucking tailgate. Sorry, I had to get that out. Back to the t-shirt.
Yeah, you got spineless oats doing t-shirts, but that's what happens. But back to Fulgham. I think he's going to be somewhere in that 60 to 70 yard range, 5-6 catches. I do think he does get one of the touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree. I do think he gets a touch. I was going to go 6 for 70 and a touch.
Yeah, I'm going volume. I'm going 8 for 85 and a touch.
Like he says, if he does that, then we might as well break out the t-shirts for him. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's a Wouzier, he's going to be the one covering him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the confidence Carson has in him too is equals production as well. Especially
Absolutely.
when you come back and you work for footballs, right? You know, he should have caught the one that Carson should have never thrown, but that's Carson. He wants to make a play every play. Mm-hmm. We take the good with the bad, but that play should have been caught. I mean, that's probably the only knock on him so far this year is one ball. And I'm like, he should have got that one. But he's caught he's caught big ball after big ball. Yep. You know, and until he doesn't, and teams figure it out. I mean, I'm gonna keep tipping my fucking cap to the kid. Mm-hmm. I think anybody who can play. I don't care how they come here. Did everybody give their Fulgham numbers?
Yeah.
All right, Richard Rodgers, boys.
I think with the addition of Rieger, it kind of lowers his numbers a little bit, but I think he's going to have at least, I'm going to say 3 for 55.
I'm going the other way. I think he's going to have more catches, but not. He's not going to have like a lot more yards. A lot of times you're going to be Carson's safety blanket, where he's going to be his hot read, where he's going to get 3, 4, 5 yards a catch. So I can see him like eight catches for like 65 yards or something like that.
I don't really see a big game from him. I'm going 4 for 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going 70 for like 75. I think they throw the football around Sunday.
Yeah, I think so too.
My third touchdown guy. So I got Jalen getting a touchdown. I got Travis getting a touchdown. I got Richard Rodgers getting a touchdown. They're my touchdown guys. I think it was 7 or 8 for between 60, 75 yards, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. Just productive, just catching the football. Yeah, I mean, that's all. Nothing crazy. Just catching the football. Hi, Richard. So we went through the majority of this offense. One more name we'll throw in there. Does Corey Clement do anything Sunday?
Who?
Yeah, who?
Got to mention him. He's considered your second running back.
Is he? At this point in time, you probably be getting more production out of it than he's getting out of it right now. I mean, it's love what he did for us in 17, but he hasn't. He caught lightning in a bottle for sure, and it's almost kind of Eagles play their hand as soon as you see him on the field most of the time, anyway. So, I mean, I don't really see more than a couple targets, maybe. Maybe he gets a carry or two for a handful of yards. I don't know.
Yep, exactly. I brought it up to trash him because I think he stinks. So, I mean, I think he's the most overrated Eagle of all time. Yeah. But that's the sort we can have for another day. But I'm gonna play over-unders with you on defense. Okay. Little over-under game. Then we're gonna get into some Sixers talk. All right. Well, some fun there, and then we're gonna give you some money to get the spread. So, getting into over-unders defense. Over-under 5 sacks. It's a lot of sacks. Remember.
Oof.
But not by much.
Over.
Yeah. Give me the over.
I said I'm going under, but not by much. They'll probably get like 4.
I think they hit it. I'll push it. I won't push it. I'll push it. I think they hit 5. All right, interceptions. Over under 1.
Over. I'm going 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with 2.
Yeah, we need to take the football away, Steve.
1 push.
All right, yeah, I won't push it. I'll say 2. Like somehow we take the football away twice. That'd be fun. And so now we'll go over unders fumbles, and we'll keep that at 1 too, because that's obviously not something you can put like high. So,
offensively or defensively?
Shut up, Greg. Defensively. Defensively. Over under 1.
I'll go. I'd say they cause more turnovers by fumbles than by interceptions for some odd reason.
Okay.
I think that defensive front is going to be pissed off, and they're going to make some plays this Sunday night.
I'm going push. I think Zeke puts it on the ground once.
Yeah,
I think the other turnovers come by interceptions.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where most of your turnovers are going to come from the air. I agree with Greg.
See, I think I think what should happen is both should be over, picks and fumbles. It should be turnover city for this defense. So I'm gonna go over again because this is what the hell I'm expecting. Right? I've been very clear, very, very clear on what I need from this defense, and I'm not running from that shit at all. So I'm going over again. Over again. Now, who leads the defense in sacks? That's the next question I have for you. Then we segue to Sixers.
For the Cowboys?
Shut up, Jake.
Brandon Graham.
BJ.
Yeah.
I'm doubling up on that as BG. He was already my defensive player of the game. I can't expect nothing less.
91.
I hope so.
I'm going to go Malik. Malik leads him in sacks. Maybe he has a 2 people and everybody else mixes in. You know what I mean? And other guys just mix in. Clay says Sweat. Matthew Carpenter says go Eagles. Hell yeah, Matt. And then we got trolls talking about, you know.
Oh, I know. That girl's cracking me up. All the nonsense coming out of her mouth.
Unreal. And we respect the Cowboys when they're good. You know what I mean? So you got the wrong group. You know what I mean? You got the wrong people. They're saying these are realists here. You know what I mean? You guys just haven't been relevant in a long time. That's what's that. You know, you guys really push the agenda to be relevant and just haven't been. So it's a shame. It's a hate to say it type thing. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to say it. You know, nobody deserves it more than the fans of the Dallas Cowboys. Because it's not just an Eagles thing. It's a hatred around the National Football League for Dallas Cowboys.
No, I don't think this is why no one likes you, because you all haven't realized you're hated around the whole country. You got handed a moniker that you shouldn't have. and for the most part, you're uneducated, crappy fans, and that's why you get crapped on. Sorry.
Yeah. And listen, there's some real ones.
There are some, very few.
But they're the ones who come in and talk football with you. They're not the ones who come in and troll you. They're not the ones who come in with the agenda that you're trash. Right? You come in agenda, I'm trash, and it's just like, what are we doing here? We're talking football. You know, when you talk football, this is A2D. It's agree to disagree radio. So it's built to disagree. And then so what? Like, that's what sports are. People think it's so personal. Right? Well, the only way people think personal is when people come in like that. Right? But at the end of the day, I don't think nothing personal when it comes to the sporting world. Not even this. Like, I laugh at this. So I laugh at people that get upset when I go hot at them. That's why crumb of the day is a funny thing. Like, you shouldn't take it personal. You should take it as respect. You know what I mean? That, hey, you're on my radar. You know what I mean? You're getting zoomed in on. Pooty in the house. Yo.
What's up, Pooty?
Pooty!
And listen, there's a lot of Eagles fans, Brian, that make excuses too. This fan base isn't perfect. There's dopes in every fan base. There's morons all out there.
Yep.
All right, but there's more for America's team than anywhere in the country. Than any team in the country, there's more.
Because they're front running, no spine having freaking punks for the most part. Because they typically are Laker fans and Yankee fans. They're not. There's no loyalty to them. That's why no one likes them.
No, and it's not that serious. Dan Saul says it's not that serious. It's a game. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's a simple game that we all talk and we get passionate over because we love sports.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, when I coach my kids, I tell them the same thing. Yo, we don't wake up to lose, man, but that's part of life in sports. You know, and there's another one. So, you know, it's not that serious. The weight of the world isn't on your shoulders. Now, when you talk about professional sports, a little more. Right? But it's still just a game.
Oh man.
No, what happened? I mean, I keep shit real, Matt. And this is no disrespect to anybody. You know, I went hot at the mighty Ecock, and you know, people got upset because I mentioned a certain platform that I think is just a tailgate platform. That's not a special platform at all. That's a bunch that when the owner says he doesn't know football. And listen, Jimmy had a relationship with them guys, and Jimmy decided to go with them, and that's completely fine. You know, and I wish Jimmy the best of luck in his endeavors, but my job is to crush everybody around me. If you ain't in this fam, we ain't on the same side. We're on the same side. Now I got relationships with plenty of people out there that are the grinding in the game, right? And then A2D has relationships with other people in the podcast game and everything, right? But if you take shots at me or my platform, I'm going to expose you, all right? So when I had a little issue, I expose. And 2020 is so sensitive because I said nobody at 4th and Yawn knows football more than us. Nobody. And people took that personal, and that's fine. I'm not going to stop being who I am. I'm going to have a good time doing this. People think they're going to be an insider for the Eagles. I don't give a rat's ass about that. Are you kidding me? I'm about to be an insider right here. Right here. I don't want to work for nobody else. This is why it was built. It was built to give people a place where we don't got to work for nobody. And we can just tell you how it is and talk to you. And we can all sit on the couch and get it off our goddamn chest. That's what we're built here for. All right? So you ain't Team A2D. I don't know what to tell you.
Some people has a picture they think is this big when we're thinking about a picture this big. Sorry.
That's it. I'm not saying we're not in the tailgates and shit and we don't have a good time. But, you know what I mean? I'm not building a company around a tailgate. Mm-hmm. That means I don't know football. I'm building a company around talking about it. I ain't building a company around black and white goddamn videos. I'm building a company around, hey, here, hit the video button and talk. That's what I do. There ain't no fucking second takes over here. There ain't no, hey, let me send it to an editor. What you want? You want shit? You want shit on a shingle? All right? Or you want French toast? I don't even know what that means, but I'm taking
French toast. I love me some French toast.
French toast is pretty good.
Thanks, Maddie. We appreciate it, brother. Like I said, no, nothing against Jimmy. He makes his people make their choices in life. They can do whatever they want. It's a free country. That's the fun part of being a free country, and we wish them the best of luck. But we focus on A2D, and I got shit off my chest because I enjoy it. And I hope people hear it, and I hope people tell people, and people get all pissed off and upset, and they want to attack me again. And then I just I'm verbal. There's one thing I can do in life. I don't have a lot of skills. Like, you know what I mean? I got a few set of skills, and talking is one of them skills. All right. And hitting the live button and spitting it better than anybody in the goddamn country. I'll just freaking talk. I don't even know if that shit makes sense. And it doesn't matter because I'll talk you. That's all that matters at the end of the day. And there's a shit ton of useless knowledge in my head. Like all of us. And this whole family at A2D, I don't think I'd be on. And I could say, you know what, my guys, I'll put a crew together. We'll go up against 4th and Yawn. And I could take a break. I could go have a couple, a little hot chocolate, go a couple Oreos, enjoy myself, and just listen. I don't got to be on. I got faith in my family to expose. So, I don't know what shit on shingle is. No, it's called 4th and Yawn, Mama. It's A2D. Nasty. I'll expose his big ass.
Do you really not know what shit on a shingle is?
Who?
You. Do you really not know what shit on a shingle is?
Me?
Yeah.
I absolutely know what shit on a shingle.
Okay, I was going to say.
I don't know what the reference meant, Jake. Shit on a shingle French toast. I don't know what that reference meant.
That's why it's no notes.
Yes, I was exposing myself. Slay says, what do they do besides write and report? I do both better, so they're dismissed. Stick to drinking. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, we ain't gonna talk about the other shit. We ain't gonna talk about the other shit that was rumored around. Crow says he ate Oreos for breakfast. No shit. I love Oreos. Greg knows. Oreos, and Greg knows I don't do second takes on videos too. Greg's seen it. Greg hears it probably. If I'm yelling. He hears it. And I went in the garage today. The whole street probably heard it. And I did that one time. That's all. There ain't somebody out there doing it more. I tell people all the time. There ain't somebody out there that does it more. It does it more. I don't know. Yeah, pass unknown in the building. I get on absolute tangents for no freaking reason because of one comment. I'm sorry, guys. This is when I pull back in. But this is what makes this better. So, agree or disagree with this one, boys? Sixers best staff in the NBA. Agree or disagree?
I disagree because we haven't seen it in action yet.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle of
it. Paper, it looks really good.
Right,
really good.
That's exactly where I'm at, Steve.
We got to see it work, Tommy. We got to see it in motion. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We would all sat here if we hired Sam Damn Cassell and been good with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't even get Doc. So let me explain to you guys what just happened here. We got Doc Rivers, and guess what followed? Damn good assistants from all over that we're coming with you. Burke from Indiana, great defensive specialist. They don't switch in Indiana. They don't switch like we did here every time. They say, shorts up, palms up, go get the guy in front of you. Okay? Different style of defense. Built the way we want to play defense. Right, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Great hire. Joger, whatever the freak his name is. Another great hire. Sam Cassell, as an assistant coach, great hire. And Doc Rivers is a great hire. Because he brings credibility. He brings the staff with him. The best defensive staff is it's the best staff in basketball. I'm not saying Doc Rivers is the best coach in basketball. I'm telling you he's the best overall staff in basketball. Abso-freaking-lutely. And I know what's going to happen on the court. My youngsters are finally going to put it all together. It's put it all together time, boys.
So just go bold, Tommy. Just put it out there now. You fishing around it, man.
What am I fishing around, Steve?
I'll tell it. I mean, you saying this, say it. You put it out there. I feel coming out of you. Is the chip coming or not?
Oh, well, this team for sure goes to the Eastern Conference Final. Right? I mean, I think that's like it's Eastern Conference Final or bust for sure. But they got a damn good shot to come out the East. The Nets are going to be better, right? So we expect the Nets to be better.
Yes.
But listen, if these two dudes are healthy, man, we are a problem. I don't want people to forget that. We're an issue too. And with this staff and the direction, I think better draft picks, I think all them things, a better overall roster is coming. I think all them things are coming. This team is built to win it or come out of the East. And what I mean by win it, we know what the West is, but they come out of the East for sure, Steve. I think they should. They should. Ben Simmons should take another step. Accountability's here. Accountability's in the house. So if they don't, it's a failure on them too. It becomes a failure on them too. But if them two are healthy, for sure this team goes to an Eastern Conference Final.
I'm with you there that with this coaching staff and even with the current roster construction, and obviously, there's going to be some moves before we get to the season. But yeah, it should be Eastern Conference Finals or bust. But I mean, like you said, when we're talking about coaching staff, what they've done. There is some other ones you could rival. Like you said, the head coach isn't the best one, but yeah, you do have one of arguably the best coaching staffs there. You could say one, maybe there's one or two you can make an argument for, right?
Yeah, of course. Like Miami's got a great staff. There's other great staffs around the NBA, but I think when you're talking about accountability, it's Pop Rivers, Doc, it's Pop, and then it's Doc. You know what I mean? Like if I'm looking
at Doc,
Pop and Doc. Like if I'm looking around accountability, what would be out there in the coaching world? They're two guys that I believe bring people with them. Like this became a destination, boys. When you sit at a table talking about signing here in a year, 2 years, whatever, you're sitting across from Doc Rivers, Sam Cassell, Daryl Morey, Elton Brand, right? It becomes a destination. It becomes guys that you respect, right? Think about that too. When mid-level exception guys are looking for places to play, veterans, right? Think about it. The roster's going to get better quick. Going to get better quick. X and O's is all great. Talent wins championships. Talent wins championships. Paul George cheated on Doc Rivers, his daughter, and got another girl pregnant. You think that relationship is going to work? Come on. Come on. Everybody got girls out there. They know that shit ain't flying. What up, Matt? Pooty, I don't know what his first move is going to be this offseason. You know, I don't know if he deals Horford, but I do know that he's going to get shooters.
Mm-hmm. And you need that four, man. You need that stretch four bad.
Yeah, you know, and that's the problem. Like Horford used to be decent at shooting the three and really struggled. I mean, if he could hit it a little bit, you know, if he could get back to a little bit of what he was, maybe in a different system, hopefully, and they decide to keep him, then maybe it could be that roster we thought it was. Because I remember like the first 2 weeks of the season, we were so freaking palms up, it was ridiculous.
Yep.
You know, we were beating teams just because we were so good defensively. And then things went south. And then, you know, who do we hold all that on? You know, we hold it on the staff. You know, Brett Brown hasn't gotten a job yet anywhere, even as an assistant. So that tells you some things, right? A little bit right now. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, so I think Austin Rivers is a guy that could be here. You know, I know I've said that a couple times. So, you know, I think that's available. Like, what's Eric Gordon's situation in Houston? Is Eric Gordon a free agent in Houston?
Making a lot of money.
Making a lot of money. Can I get
16 mil?
Can I get a deal done with him and move some money? Right. So, I mean, I think there's things that they can do and be creative to put shooters around their stars. Because I do truly think that Ben takes a step forward again. Because every year, performance-wise, he's taking a step forward. You know, this year, this year was really defensively, right? Guys, like defensively, he was unbelievable. And at the free throw line, he got better too.
He signed through 23-24 or 22-23.
Yeah, which is fine because Horford, you know, you move the money.
16, 18, 19 million.
Houston needs a big man. You know, Houston doesn't have a big man.
Which is crazy because they traded away a better one in Quinn Capella for nothing.
Now, do you think there's any other Doc Rivers player connections that he winds up bringing here? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on that part of it?
Well, what's available?
Well, the problem is we're so capped we're still on the cap right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got to move a Horford. You got to move some guys just to get some space to bring in these types of guys.
No, you're right. What about who's available? Like Clippers guy that's available. Is there anybody like for the Clippers that's a free agent? I'm not trying to connect.
What's his name? Montrez is available.
Is Rajon Rondo a free agent?
That I don't know. I know Montrez is available though.
Well, Rondo was a 1-year deal, wasn't he?
That's what I'm saying. Could Doc get Rajon here? Because if you want an offense ran deliciously as a backup point guard, I can't think of a better option. That can really help Ben Simmons become comfortable with shooting the basketball. Rajon Rondo was sort of in the same situation early on in his career, right? Early on in his career was in the same situation. I think it would be a perfect fit to then help your kid again. Hold on, that was not what I wanted. Mike McFly, Austin Rivers would actually be a good fit. Yeah, I think so too. And Slay says, yeah, Rajon is a free agent. Clippers are supposedly all in. Well, I think let's go. You know, let's go here. You know, can we get him here somehow? I think we have 2 mid-level. Craig, look this up. I think we have 2 mid-level exceptions. And what else? I feel like we have some things that we can do a little bit. And Slay says latest rumors have Oladipo going to Milwaukee. Oh my God, stop! I can't do it. I can't do that. But I would love Rondo here. Love Rondo. You give me Rondo, Austin Rivers. I'm feeling already better about this roster. But Furkan can hit threes. There's guys who can hit threes here. Tobias best basketball under Doc. You know, so there's guys who can stretch the floor here. I mean, that's nothing crazy.
You have a mid-level exemption for 5.7, and you have 3 trade exemptions or 3 trade exceptions, 2.3, 1 mil, and 1.8.
All right, so
they're 40 over the cap right now.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. because that's all guys that they maxed on their own.
Mm.
But so, Greg, yeah, so to that point, then you do have a mid-level exception to bring in a ball player, right? I believe Alec Burks is back, correct? But Glenn Robinson is not. Am I right about that? Is Baby Dog a free agent? But Burks is back?
They potentially both could be back.
Okay, I think back because that makes your roster deeper, right? And then you make the right kind of move on your mid-level, right? You make the right kind of signing on your mid-level, right, boys? And then you do have some vet minimums down there too, don't you, Greg? Don't you have 2 vet minimums or 1 vet minimum?
Yeah.
I think there's like that too. So like them vet minimums you can get like a Rondo for a vet minimum like $2 million, right? Like you could probably pull that off. Or you give Rondo the mid-level exception. I mean, you're talking about like $5 million. I mean, he ain't gonna turn that down. Unless somebody's gonna give him more. You know what I mean, guys?
Yep.
Basketball is weird on how to go about it all. But I don't know what happened to Alshon Horford. Slay. See, Robert, there's nothing you can do about it, though, because Booker's got 1 year left. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't sign guys to that anymore. Like, Tobias, Ben, Joe, and Horford are money guys. So if 3 out of 4 of them can flat out ball, we're fine. Right? Fair? 3 out of 4 ball, we're fine. We can take a hit with 1. But if Horford's this 90% of the player or 80% of the player he was before, that's a win right now for us if he stays on this roster. I like Burks too, Chrome. I do too. I do. I thought he was back. Isn't he back though, Greg?
Well, he's a pending free agent. So, but they do have his rights if they want to.
All right, who's back, Ben? Give us a rundown on who's back.
On under contract for next year is Toby, Ben, Joel, Al, Josh, Mike Scott, Zaire, Matisse, Furkan, Shake, and Norvell Pell. You have Mario Shayak on a 2-way contract. And then you have cap holds for guys if you want to bring them back, but they are pending free agents. Those guys are Ryan Brookoff, Alec Burks, Raul Neto, Kylo Quinn, Glenn Robinson.
That roster's
tremendous.
Well, it's ugly. That's how your top 5 it gets ugly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that
You have to replace just about the whole bench.
And I think this is why I like that there's new voices in here to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you don't think that Doc and Morey and Elton are on the same page, I got news for everybody. You know, this was all guys running here to work with these 2 kids. That's why they're not trading these guys. They all came here to be with them, boys.
Mm-hmm.
They all came to be here with Ben and Joe. Everybody saw Youngtown and said, all right, what's the next up-and-coming team? Oh, Sixers are available? Let's all run there. Right? Right? I mean, that's how I smell it. And if you want a guy like Eric Gordon, Al Horford is a legit name that could go to Houston because they don't have a big man. So it's not crazy to think. It's not a crazy one to think at all. And Eric Gordon makes it seem so much better. So much better.
Oh, there's no question. I've wanted Alex Gordon. I wanted Eric Gordon for 10 years.
But if you can't get Eric Gordon, you keep Al Horford and Austin Rivers as your mid-level guy, right? And also,
or a name that was brought up earlier with Seth Curry.
Yeah, but I'll take Austin over Seth.
I don't disagree. It's bigger, but in the case of if you can't get one, I take the other.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn down Seth, but I'd rather have Austin because he can rate more. So I mean, Austin Rivers makes his roster so much better too because now you actually have a guy off the bench that come in and drop 20 any given night, right? So that makes you better automatically. And then I try to figure out how to get Burks back, right? And then I sort of feel a lot better about what I have coming off my bench for sure. I mean, just Burks and Austin Rivers, I'd feel so much better about, right? I'm like, okay. And then, Furkan can shoot it. So he can shoot it off your bench. So now you can shoot. Now you got 3 guys who can shoot it off your bench. They can all shoot the 3 enough. Then you try to get some vet minimum snipers in there, right? That's all you try to do there. then you go after the Corvers of the world per se for that like 2 million slot, right, Greg? Right, guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Try to fill that spots in with shooters, and obviously your pick this year. You would expect to be a guard who can shoot it, right? So, nothing can say a guy can't come in and play right away if you draft well. So, we've seen it done. All right, boys.
Austin Rivers has a player option for 2.3 mil this year.
You don't even got to give him the 5. He'd come with Daddy for like 1.8. You know what I mean? If they don't pick it up, they probably pick it up.
Well, it's a player option, so he could opt out.
Oh, yeah, player option. Sorry, I didn't get that one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Crum, I can't agree with you more. I'm not bullshitting when I say it's the most legit, proven, established group in the coaching and front office of my lifetime. It excites me, guys. It does. It makes me feel like it became a destination. Like when you were trying to get vet minimums last year, you think guys are going to come here? Who's at the table talking to them? Who's at the table now talking to them? Doc, Sammy, Daryl, Elton. Great assistants. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Matthew, we talked Eagles for over an hour. We'll be doing live reactions. Steve will be talking Eagles tomorrow, I'm sure, at 4 p.m. here on the weekly roundup. So
I'm doing it 2 this week because I can get in the Halloween with the kids.
Good call. 2 p.m. then. So you got more Eagles tomorrow. We're all Eagles every day, brother. Go back and listen to it. We're going to be out of here in a minute.
We got you tomorrow.
What'd you say?
I said we got you tomorrow, Matthew. We got you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm turning every light off in my house tomorrow. It's vacant. And I do that every year. So that's nothing new for me. You know what I mean? Not new for me. Nobody comes before. I got dogs and shit. I can't deal with that. You know what I mean? I hide. You know what I mean? At least this house I can hide, Greg. The old house I couldn't.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting right on the damn couch.
Yep.
Like, come on, what kind of door is that? So we're gonna make you some money. Crum says real quick, he says Horford and Scott get shipped. That's the key. Or Horford.
Well, yeah, but again, in order to send Horford, you got to take something back. So we're not freeing up that much money. Yeah, we might get out of the contract earlier because if you're taking back a contract, maybe you take out an expiring deal or a deal that's ending sooner than ours. But it's the NBA. You can't just ship out money without taking it back.
No, absolutely. But you would have taken back like a Buddy Hield or an Eric Gordon.
Sure. No, there's no question. But no, he says opens up a lot of money. And it won't open up a lot of money. You might go different directions to your point. Absolutely.
He said he's drinking at Epcot or chiming in from Epcot. He's probably drinking too.
Yeah.
If you're at Epcot, you're drinking. So Nash says, how good do you think the Nets will be with Nash and Antonio? I think they're going to be good because they have Durant. Durant's a pimp. So
yeah, I mean, that's a smart move for Nash. I'm not a D'Antoni guy, but it's a smart move to surround yourself with guys who have been in the league and choked in the league.
Absolutely. All right, boys. So now we're going to give 2 games on the docket, either Sunday or Monday, obviously, and against the spread to make you guys some money. These are our top 2 games on the docket. So everybody's going to have something different. So whoever wants to start with their 2-piece, go right ahead.
I'll go with the Dolphins and the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals in that game. It should be Tua's first game, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm definitely taking that. You should that should be. I mean, Tua. I don't think he's gonna have a bad game. I just think they think they'll take that.
Yeah, the Rams at the Dolphins.
It's the Rams. Cardinals are on a bye.
Oh, right.
The Dolphins are getting 3.5.
Yeah,
Are
Rams
they
are
3.5?
Yeah, I think Miami covers that game actually. But Steve, you still take the Rams there?
Yeah, I'll take the Rams there for sure, especially the way they're playing.
All right.
a team, you kind of thought at the beginning of the season could be kind of going backwards, is kind of really kind of picked it up and looking like they could wind up winning that division.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. For sure, I thought they were going to be a good team. Anyway,
yeah,
a lot of people didn't. What's your second one, Steve?
I like the Bears bouncing back this week after the Foles flop, so to speak.
I like that.
I think they'll bounce back and play a better game and cover.
Mm-hmm. I like that one because they're a home dog getting 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like I think that defense, New Orleans on the road, is good. That defense is still really good in Chicago. I think they might lose the game, but they still cover that. So I like that pick. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. For my first one, I have the Raiders against the Browns. I'm going to take the Raiders in this one. I think obviously they struggled against Tampa Bay, but again, I still think they're a very good young team, and I think the Browns, to me, they're still the Browns, and the Cleveland doesn't trust Baker throwing the ball consistently. So I'm going to take the Raiders plus 2.5 on that one. And then I'm going to take the Chargers minus 3.5 against the Broncos. Why am I forgetting their rookie quarterback now?
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Justin Herbert's going to continue to ball and just continue to play well. And I just think it's going to be a roll job against Denver this week.
Greg, you want to go or you want me to go?
I can go, but if you're ready, go ahead.
I mean, I'm ready. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Robbie, I saw that tweet from Rappaport. I didn't know if that was his real account or a fake account. So, Jake, I like the Chargers pick. I was thinking about going there, but I'm going to go. My first game is going to be the Colts -3 against the Lions.
Okay.
Lions coming off an emotional victory. Colts are coming off of a bye, though. And I'm going to go Colts -3. And my second game is going to be the Seahawks -3 at home versus the Niners. Give me the Seahawks coming out of off of a loss on Sunday or Monday night.
You're such a scumbag.
Did I take both of them?
No, he just took one of them.
No, I'll go another way. I'll go ahead. Take back the Seahawks. Take back the Seahawks, and I'll go Titans on the road at Cincy. I think they win by 10 points.
Good bounce back game for them.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was my first game because I just think Russell Wilson bounces back big time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right.
That's why we were both there, because we both had the same idea.
No, you can absolutely take them because that shortens it up even more for the audience. I like that one a lot. I love Baltimore. I think Steelers lose this weekend, and not because Steelers aren't a damn good football team. I just think this. I think the Ravens just beat them up this weekend, and not beat them up, but beat them by more than 5. It's 4.5. So I like the Ravens to cover that football game. The Eagles
game. That should be a good game.
Part of me likes the Eagles at 10.5, but that's a lot of points.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I can't trust that points.
Yeah.
To lay a lot.
Got a 3, so.
I do like the Titans to bounce back. I love the Bills in Buffalo against New England. And
the game that's intriguing? It's the Jets plus 19.5.
Yeah.
And I know it's the Jets, and I know they're going against the Chiefs, but an NFL team is laying 19.5. It's almost like you better take the points.
It's intriguing, right?
You know what I mean? I'm not throwing money on it. I've lost on the Jets too much this year. But it's one of those games that just that's you don't give, and it might end up being, but it's like you almost can't take those points and not bet the game. It's like the old, I'll give you 3 touchdowns. Okay, I'll take my chances.
DB had a point about the Sixers, Horford for Love. That would make sense. You're right.
Yeah, they're both essentially the same contract. So, yeah,
And I like the Bucks on Monday night, too. Now it's up to 13.
Did it jump to 13? Holy smokes.
Yeah, that tells me a roll job.
Yeah.
Tell me more and more like a roll job there. But, boys.
And especially if a late decision to not play Danny Dimes for Massgate comes out.
Yep. They're losing offensive lineman. I think it's a roll job. Get that in before it's too late. You know, you lose an offensive lineman, everybody struggles. Everybody struggles. So, boys, tons of fun tonight. If you guys missed it, it obviously stays up on all our platforms that you're listening to it live. And everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. You know, like, follow, download the shows, enjoy yourself. And we got tons of shows tomorrow morning throughout the day. So we have Kicking It Stateside tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Right, aren't they 10? 10:30.
I think it's like
10:30.
30, yep.
Just 10:30.
It's early. So 10.
It's early. I might not be awake.
10:30. 10:30 a.m. Kicking It Stateside, followed by the weekly roundup with Steve at 2. And
I got a couple guests this week. I got Tampa Bay pitching prospect Kobe White's going to be joining us, and one of the local guys in the MMA scene, Cameron Chisholm Burgos, is going to be joining us. He's also sponsored by our t-shirt company here in their MMA side and the MMA company. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Colby White, did he go to University of North Carolina?
What, Cam or
Colby White,
the pitcher?
Yeah,
it was Mississippi State.
Okay,
I think he was the 118th or 188th pick of last year's draft.
Okay, am I thinking of the basketball player?
No,
that went to UNC top.
Thinking about Colby White, the basketball player.
Okay,
so that's awesome. Ask him if you would have been happy with Blake taking out in Blake's spot.
Yeah.
Gus said score prediction. I said 34-17. Go ahead, guys, real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
32-16.
Yeah, I said 35-10 for mine.
31-21.
And then we'll have agree, disagree Sunday night. We'll go live for the game. You know what I mean, we'll have some fun with it, like we did the last time. So we'll have fun with that one again. We'll be here for you guys to get off your chest all together, or good or bad, good or bad. All right,
Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it, bud.
Last time we did one was on Thursday night, and we won. So we're doing it again Sunday night. I don't care what Wilson says. Watch it. It's a great time.
See you, Mama.
See you, Mama.
See you, Mama.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. We love you all. Like I said, stay tuned. Tons of shows tomorrow. Download, like, subscribe, turn your alerts on, and you'll have alerts for all shows and everything here at A2D Radio. For Tom Arnone, Steve Rochelle, Greg Milwakovic, Jake Friel, our peeps out there, I would like to thank our doc, because he's the GOAT, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com, phillydrinkers.com for all your A2D merch, and Ambuck Services for 20% off, gutter guards, everything. I mean, look at the boys showing it off. The hat's an A2D hat. We all got it on. Greg, that's not available on that site. So
that's an OG hat.
Yep.
That's OG hat.
Thanks, DB. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Nash.
Thanks, Robert.
Robert, everybody. Matt, everybody. Bobby, we love all you guys. Miguel. So stay tuned. Turn your alerts on. We out. Go Birds. Dominant goddamn performance Sunday from this defense. I ain't going to be.